So I'm walking around my neighborhood. I work from home. So
I follow you so far.
take a walk outside of my neighborhood, and
Is it the Russian neighbor again?
no, not the Russian neighbor. This is a non-human interaction. So I'm rounding the corner.
Don't you dare make a comment.
Yeah,
Insensitive
don't- yeah.
comment about the good people of Russia. We know the bad people, but there are good people.
Yeah,
So
I don't
say,
know. I
Taggart.
mean, if you
No,
watch
they're
Stranger
human.
Things, the people of Russia are not so good that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm rounding the corner off of my street, and all of a sudden I hear this bird, and it lets out a fucking death shriek. And so much so that I had to turn around, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
You said it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like out loud.
Pterodactyl.
I'm in the street here, like there are people outside, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Jurassic
And then all of a
World
sudden I
is real.
turn my head, and this bird makes a beeline at me out of the tree. An absolute beeline. And it's a small bird. And so it's
Okay.
like, and I see it come right out of the tree. And then as it gets
It
close,
wasn't a bat. It definitely was a
it
bird.
was not a bat. It was
Okay.
a bird. Yeah. And then as it gets close, it fucking swoops in and dive bombs at me. So I'm in the middle of the street in broad daylight.
So
and I'm like
literally an angry bird.
an angry bird. Yeah.
It's moving like an angry bird.
Like the game, just
And
not
it's
cute.
pissed.
And it's pissed. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I don't understand. Why is it swooping? So then
Are you yelling at the bird as it's
I'm
heading towards you, or are you frozen?
I'm yelling at the bird, like with my hands over my head. I'm ducking. So I'm like, why the fuck is this thing swooping?
And you're
at
pretty
me?
low to the ground anyway. So
And
the
I'm
fact
low to
that
the
this
ground.
bird is willing to like scrape its belly on the street to get to you.
Yeah.
It must have been pretty pissed.
Yeah.
at you.
So it makes this beeline, and then it's like, and like right over my head, swoops at me, and I'm like, you're fucking.
Were you wearing an exotic fruit hat or
No.
something? Like
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Why single you out?
So then it goes back up
bags?
into the same tree that it came out of, and then I hear this shriek again, and I'm like, "You're fucking joking!" Right
So it
now.
never made contact.
It never made contact
Okay.
the first time, and then it goes back up
fired
into
a
the
warning
tree.
shot.
It fired a warning shot. It shrieks again. It's like this is a little bird that should be going like cheep, 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 like tiny bird, but it's like "Rah!" like that kind of
Like a pterodactyl?
like a pterodactyl. Yeah.
Wow.
And then it comes at me again a second time, and I'm like walking backwards, like keeping my eye on the tree, waiting to see if this thing's going to come at me, and it does, and I see like. Like right in my line of vision, it's coming right for me. Swoops again.
Move out of there.
A second
Neighbors
time.
And the fucking the animals.
And I'm like, I don't
No.
I don't fucking know what to do right now. Am I going to get my brains pecked out by this thing? I don't know what I did. I don't know how I wronged this bird.
Did you have a peck me sign on your back?
Did I have a
you
peck
reach
me
and check
sign?
just to
Yeah.
see if-
Like, so then it goes back, and then it goes
So
up onto
it misses again.
it misses again. Then
Okay.
it goes onto a power line that's going across the street. And then
And gets
I'm
cooked by the
walking fully,
electricity.
so I see it, and I'm walking fully backwards at this point. And there are cars passing by,
People are like-
and I'm trying to like not get hit by a car, and also keep my eye on this fucking bird. And then it shrieks a third
How far?
time.
Hang on. How far away from your house are you?
I am like down the street, like around one corner of my house. So
And
I'm
wait, so you went out to take a relaxing walk?
a relaxing walk, yeah, which is what I fully expected. The weather was gorgeous. I was like, this is going to be really nice.
Yeah. Irony.
Little did you know.
You know, and so then it goes up onto the power line and shrieks again. And I'm walking backwards looking at this bird, and it's like off the power line. And I'm like, I don't fucking believe this. I don't fucking believe it. What am I going to do? This thing is just going to keep hunting me. And then it's like shrieking and shrieking. It goes back up onto the power line. And finally, I get far enough away that it leaves me alone. And I am just, for the rest of the day, I'm like, what the fuck just happened with this bird? What did I do? I don't know how I offended it. So days later, I'm rounding the same corner. And I'm like, am I in the fucking Twilight Zone?
Maybe.
It beelines out of the
Hitchcock
tree
movie.
again and swoops at me, dive bombs at the last second.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm going to have to change my route. And then it goes up onto the power line, shrieks again, comes at me a second time. And I guarantee it's the same fucking bird from the same fucking tree, just keeps attacking me.
You're in its territory, bro.
Yeah, so I guess so.
Apparently,
So
it's you.
what I found out, I had a friend on Facebook who posted that she was getting attacked by a bird in her own backyard who was doing a very similar thing. So I guess had a nest nearby. And I found that these birds are, I guess, a little overprotective this year. And if they feel that their nest is being threatened, they will attack anything and anyone.
I wonder if birds, and I mean this completely seriously, I wonder if they got like super confident based on the pandemic because nothing's threatening them. Nobody's outside. I really wonder if that was like, if that kind of reprogrammed birds.
I think it
And I
did.
mean, it's just
Yeah.
all of nature because
this has never happened to me in my life.
because
Never.
I've seen more deer out in neighborhoods
Yeah.
like than ever before, and I'm thinking, I think they realize something changed.
something changed. Yeah.
And I sincerely wonder like how much of a factor that was for birds, and maybe they're looking at you, which is crazy
so
because you're not physically intimidating
No.
as much
I
as
mean,
like you're nowhere near
Yeah, and
up to the branch or power line
is
level.
like 50 feet off the ground.
Right.
Like I can't get anywhere near it. If you have a nest up there, like I didn't do anything. Like, what the fuck?
I'm out having a relaxing walk.
So this friend posts like a very similar experience just happening in her own backyard.
Right.
Where she's getting swooped at and shrieked at by this bird. And then all these people are also commenting with very similar stories, all from this year.
Right.
So this is just a
Right.
thing now where these birds are just like, fuck you, stay away from me.
Yeah. Get out of my street.
Never happened to me ever.
That's
until
wild.
Just a couple of weeks ago. And
Dude.
I'm like, do I have to be afraid of birds now? Like when I go outside?
I mean, I would stay away from that block at minimum.
Yeah.
Like go for a walk on a nice day, which is not. We're in the middle of a heat wave, which I'm sure everybody is right now, no matter where you are in the world. Listening to this, you're probably experiencing the same heat wave as we are, where it's in the 90s all week. Which, you know, at first I was just like, "All right, the 90s. That's back when a simpler time." No, the temperature is going to be in the 90s.
Yeah, not the decade.
Yeah, that's not what I was hoping for. I was really hoping, like, good, give me the wide pants and guys wearing alien T-shirts and the bleached hair and all that stuff. Like, I'm down.
Bring it all back.
Yeah, that's right. I'll take it. Compared to
My
these
youth,
days,
bring it back.
yes, give me my youth.
Yes, please.
Please. Take me back to high school,
Yes.
which was not a fun time at all. But still, like, I will take that over adulthood now.
Back in '97, so bad. Please.
Yeah. At least my body didn't hurt back then.
Yeah, we had the bravado of just like, we're immortal and invincible and everything's going to be great. Like, I could get out of bed and not sound like I'm stepping on walnuts. This was such a time. What a time in life.